So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The mere act of hacking and chopping is not enough to kill a tree. The tree takes all the pain but continues to live as it heals over time. The bleeding bark will heal. The bark, which has been chopped, will heal itself, and from close to the ground will rise curved green twigs, and the trunk of the tree near the ground will give rise to new green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to formal size. The small branches, which may grow to their former size again. In other words, even humans continue to live despite injuries of their limbs. They go through a lot of pain and suffering, but get healed as time passes and continue to live. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Now, here the poet is saying that mere hacking and chopping will not kill a tree. To kill a tree, one has to attack the roots of the tree by pulling it out of the earth. Now, children, here anchoring earth is the source of its existence that has to be destroyed by taking it out of its place of security and stability. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave. The root should be tied with a rope and pulled out entirely from its safe place below the earth, or it should be snapped out of there. And the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. Now, when the root is pulled out of the earth, then we are introduced to the strongest part of the tree, that is root. It is from here that the tree originates. It is wet and white because it is protected by Mother Earth, who has taken care of it, knowing that this is the most sensitive part of the tree. Perhaps that is why it is kept out of sight of the wicked human beings. From the last lines, we come to know that the poet wants to convey that to kill anyone or anything, it must be killed at the heart or source of existence. Now, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air. After the roots have been exposed, it is only a matter of getting burnt in the sun and choking in the air. Here, burning or scorching may refer to the discoloring of the root, and choking may refer to drying up. Browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Then it goes through browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is finally killed. After uprooting, the roots are to be exposed to the sunlight till they dry and become brown. Then it stops breathing, that is, the tree stops breathing. It becomes hardened, twisted, browned, and finally died. Hope you all have understood the poem. Now we will come to poetic devices or figures of speech. Now we will come to know about poetic devices used in the poem. First, there is no rhyme scheme in the poem. It is written in free verse. Second, enjambment. Now, what does it mean? When one sentence continues into two or more lines, like I'm giving you examples, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown, slowly consuming the earth. Here you can see that first sentence continues into the second line. Therefore, it is an example of enjambment. Now, few more examples. Rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. Next, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. So, these three are the examples of enjambment. Third is metaphor. Metaphor means indirect comparison. Leprous hide. The uneven color of the surface of the trunk of a tree is compared to the skin of a person suffering from leprosy. Bleeding bark. The sap coming out of tree where it is cut is compared to the bleeding from the wound in a human's body. Then we come to the fourth one, alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words, like bleeding bark, BB, B sound, white and wet, W sound, WW. Then we come to the repetition. Repetition is a word or sentence repeated to lay emphasis on it, like pulled out. It is repeated. Therefore, it is repetition. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.